Robert Henry Cain. Born Shanghai 1909, but raised Scotland. That's important, because when people ask, how did he do it? Scottish. Not the full answer, but it helps. September 1944. Arnhem. British paratroopers trapped. Germans attacking with Tigers. 56-ton tanks. 88mm guns. Most soldiers hiding. Robert Cain. I'm hunting them. Officers. With what? Robert. PIAT. Officers. That's suicide. Robert. I'm Scottish. We're good at suicide missions. Probably didn't say that, but the energy's right. What's a PIAT? Shoulder-fired anti-tank weapon. Think rocket launcher, but spring-loaded, heavy, awkward, 100-meter range against Tigers. Mathematically stupid. Tiger kills from 2,000 meters. PIAT works at 100 meters. Gap. 1,900 meters of death. Robert didn't care. September 19th. First Tiger. Hit. Damaged. September 20th. Second Tiger. Hit. Immobilized. September 21st. 3 Tigers together. Robert. Ambushed all 3. 2 damaged, 1 retreated. His clothes caught fire. Backblast from PIAT. Robert. Didn't stop. His ears burst. Explosions. Robert. Couldn't hear. Kept fighting. Shot multiple times. German fire. Robert. Kept hunting. 6 days. 6+ tanks. By 1 Scottish major. Victoria Cross. November 1944. Citation. Conspicuous gallantry. That's British understatement. What Robert did was insane, but he was Scottish. So it checks out, okay? Before I start, you need to know something. This is the 3rd Arnhem story I've told you. Video 17. David Lord, RAF pilot, burning plane, kept flying to drop supplies, crashed, died, Victoria Cross. Video 18. Lionel Queripel, British captain, crossroads, pistol against a battalion, stayed so his men could escape, died, Victoria Cross, both. September 19th, 1944, same day, same battle. Arnhem. This is about the same week. September 19th to 25th, 1944. But this hero didn't die. He fought for 6 days against tanks with a weapon you've probably never heard of. Robert Henry Cain, and yeah, he was Scottish. That matters because what he did was absolutely insane, and when you hear it, you'll think, of course he was Scottish. Let me explain. Robert Cain was born July 2nd, 1909, in Shanghai, China. Wait, Scottish guy born in China? Yeah, his father worked there, business. But the family was Scottish. And when Robert was young, they moved back. Raised in Scotland, that's where he grew up. That's where he became Robert. Normal childhood, good education. Robert joined the Territorial Army. Part-time soldier, weekend warrior stuff. Joined Royal Northumberland Fusiliers. Full-time now, career officer. Through the 1930s, training, peacetime military. Then, 1939. World War II started. 1940. Robert transferred to a new unit, Parachute Regiment. Airborne Forces, paratroopers, elite, dangerous. Exactly what Robert wanted. Trained, jumped, got ready. By 1944, Robert was a major. Second in command, 2nd Battalion, South Staffordshire Regiment, Paratrooper Battalion. Experienced, trusted, ready for anything. Then came September 1944, Operation Market Garden. You know this story. We've talked about it twice already. David Lord, Lionel Queripel. Both died at Arnhem, same day. But let me give you the full picture. September 17th, 1944. Operation Market Garden began. Allied plan, drop paratroopers in Netherlands, capture bridges, hold them, ground forces race up, link up with paratroopers, cross into Germany, end war by Christmas. Bold plan, needed perfect execution. Didn't get it. Arnhem was the farthest bridge. British 1st Airborne Division dropped there. Thousands of paratroopers. Goal, capture bridge. Hold for 2 to 3 days until ground forces arrive. Reality, ground forces delayed. Germans stronger than expected. Paratroopers trapped, surrounded, outnumbered. September 19th, day 3, that's when David Lord died. That's when Lionel Queripel died. That's when Robert Cain started hunting tanks. Robert's Battalion, South Staffordshire Regiment, landed September 18th, one day after initial drop. Immediately, heavy fighting. Germans everywhere. And not just infantry. Armor, tanks, lots of them. British paratroopers had anti-tank weapons. PIAT, projector, infantry, anti-tank. Let me explain what this thing was because it's important. What is a PIAT? Imagine a bazooka. Now make it worse. That's a PIAT. How it works. Spring-loaded. Not rocket-powered. You load a bomb into it. Pull a massive spring. Release. Spring launches bomb. Bomb flies toward target. If it hits, explodes. If it doesn't, you're probably dead because you're too close. Weight, 32 pounds. That's heavy. Awkward. Length, 39 inches. Big, unwieldy. Effective range, 100 meters. That's 328 feet. You had to get close. Accuracy, not great. Spring mechanism, hard to aim precisely. Reliability, questionable. Spring sometimes didn't fire. Mechanism jammed. You'd pull trigger. Nothing. Try again. Maybe works. Maybe doesn't. Penetration, about 75 millimeters of armor. Against light tanks, good. Against medium tanks, okay. Against Tiger tanks, pray. Tiger tanks, let me tell you about Tigers, because that's what Robert was fighting. Tiger tanks. Tiger 1, German heavy tank, weight 56 tons. For comparison, modern car weighs 2 tons. Tiger was 28 cars worth of metal. Armor, 100 millimeters frontal. That's almost 4 inches of steel. PIAT was designed for 75 millimeters. Tiger had 100 millimeters. Math wasn't good. Gun, 88 millimeters. Massive, powerful. Could kill Allied tanks from 2,000 meters away. 2,000 meters, that's 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles. PIAT, 100 meters. Tiger, 2,000 meters. Gap, 1,900 meters where Tiger can kill you but you can't hurt it. That's almost 2 kilometers of you're dead if spotted. So when Robert Cain said, I'll hunt tanks with a PIAT, he was saying, I'll get within 100 meters of a Tiger tank. That's suicide. September 19th morning, German attack, Panzers advancing. Tiger tank rolling toward British positions. 56 tons, 88 millimeter gun, crushing everything. Robert grabbed a PIAT. I'll handle it. Officers, Major, that's... Robert already moving. Found position. Urban rubble. Arnhem buildings. Tiger approaching, maybe 50 meters away. Robert waited. 30 meters, 20 meters. Tiger crew didn't see him. Focused on other targets. Robert fired. PIAT launched. Bomb flew. Hit. Explosion on Tiger's side armor. Tiger stopped. Damaged. Not destroyed, but hurt. Crew reversed. Withdrew. Robert. First tank. The backblast. PIAT doesn't just shoot forward. Spring releases. Bomb launches massive force backward too. Into Robert's shoulder, his chest. Felt like being kicked by a horse. Every single time. But that's not the worst part. Fire. PIAT backblast creates fire. Flash, heat, flames. If you're too close to walls, flames bounce back. Robert's uniform caught fire. He patted it out. Bloody good shot. Loaded another bomb. Kept hunting. September 20th. Day 4 of Market Garden. British positions under constant attack. Another Tiger. This one more careful. Hanging back, firing from distance. 88 millimeter shells destroying buildings. Robert. Can't let it sit there. Moved. Different position. Urban environment. Buildings, rubble, cover. Got closer. Tiger still firing. Didn't see Robert. 40 meters. Robert set up, aimed, fired. PIAT bomb hit Tiger's turret. Explosion, turret damaged. Gun couldn't traverse properly. Tank immobilized. German crew bailed out. Tank abandoned. Robert. 2. But the explosion. Robert was close, too close. Blast wave hit him. Eardrums ruptured. Blood from ears, couldn't hear properly. Ringing. Constant. Robert kept going anyway. Can't hear? Don't need to. Can see tanks, can shoot tanks, that's enough. September 21st, day 5. This is where it gets crazy. German attack, heavy. 3 Tiger tanks together. Advancing in formation, supporting infantry. Coordinated assault, 3, most soldiers seeing 3 Tigers. We're dead. Robert seeing 3 Tigers. Target-rich environment. He set up ambush. Urban position. Good cover. Multiple angles. Loaded PIAT. Waited. First Tiger came into range. Robert fired, hit. Tank damaged, immobilized, crew bailed. Second Tiger. Saw first tank hit. Knew someone was there with anti-tank weapons. Started firing. 88mm shells. Buildings exploding around Robert. Robert moved. Different position. Second Tiger searching. Couldn't find him. Came closer. Looking. Robert fired. PIAT bomb hit track. Track destroyed. Tank couldn't move. Third Tiger. Saw 2 tanks hit. Retreated. Crew decided not worth it. Pulled back. Robert. 3 tanks, 1 ambush, but his clothes, the backblast, the explosions, the heat. Robert's uniform was on fire, not just smoking, burning. He rolled on the ground, patted flames out, uniform charred, skin burned, kept fighting, because there were more tanks, and his men needed him. September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 3 more days, Robert kept hunting. PIAT after PIAT, some hit, some missed, some PIATs jammed. Robert would curse, fix mechanism, fire again, some tanks destroyed, some damaged, some withdrew. German tanks started avoiding his sector. Crews learned, that area, tank killer there. British guy with PIAT, insane, gets too close. Avoid that street. But Robert wasn't staying in one place. He moved, hunted, ambushed, different positions, different angles. Wherever tanks were, Robert was hunting them. By September 24th, 6+ tanks destroyed or damaged. In 6 days, by 1 Scottish major, with a shoulder-fired weapon, against Tigers. His condition, uniform, burned, charred, barely holding together. Ears, burst, deaf, constant ringing. Body, shot multiple times. Shrapnel wounds, still fighting. September 25th, day 9, British command. We're evacuating Arnhem. Operation Market Garden failed. Can't hold, need to retreat. Evacuate across Rhine River. Remaining paratroopers, withdraw to river. Night evacuation. Boats, quiet. Germans pursuing. Robert Cain covering the retreat, rear guard, last men out. Holding Germans back so others could escape. PIAT. One last time, tank approaching. Robert fired, hit. Tank stopped, bought time. Then Robert withdrew. Ran to river, crossed, made it. One of the survivors. Arnhem. Disaster. Out of 10,000 British paratroopers dropped, only 2,000 escaped. 8,000 killed or captured. Robert Cain escaped, but his actions, word spread. Cain hunted tanks with a PIAT for 6 days. 6+ tanks destroyed. Clothes on fire, kept fighting. Ears burst, kept fighting. Shot multiple times, kept fighting. November 1944. Victoria Cross recommendation. Citation: Major Cain displayed conspicuous gallantry and devotion to duty. Throughout the operations at Arnhem, he showed superb courage and leadership. On 6 separate occasions, he personally attacked enemy tanks with a PIAT. Despite being wounded, burned, and deafened, he refused evacuation. His actions inspired his men and inflicted heavy casualties on the enemy. He displayed complete disregard for personal safety. Victoria Cross awarded. Interesting detail. Robert almost refused it. When told he'd won the VC, there were braver men than me at Arnhem who died. I just survived. They should get the medals. But he accepted. For his men. For Arnhem. For Scotland. King George VI presented it. Robert, humble. Just did my job. Robert survived the war. Stayed in military briefly after. Then left. Normal life, worked in civilian jobs, didn't talk much about Arnhem. Typical of that generation. Did impossible things, then just lived quietly. April 2nd, 1974. Robert Cain died, age 64, cancer. Not from the war, just life. But his legacy, Arnhem veterans remembered. Cain hunted tigers with a PIAT. Bravest thing I ever saw. Now here's why this matters. September 19th, 1944. David Lord, mourning, burning Dakota, dropped supplies, died. Lionel Queripel. Afternoon, Crossroads pistol, died. Robert Cain, all day, hunting tanks lived. Same day, same battle. 3 heroes, September 19th to 25th. David Lord, dead, Victoria Cross. Lionel Queripel, dead, Victoria Cross. Robert Cain, fighting, Victoria Cross. 3 different roles. David, air support, supplies from sky. Lionel, infantry defense, held Crossroads. Robert, anti-tank offense, hunted armor. Air, infantry, armor. Complete picture of Arnhem, 3 Victoria Crosses, 1 week, 1 battle. People ask, why did Robert survive when David and Lionel died? Luck? Partly. Skill? Definitely. But also, he was hunting. David Lord, flying into fire, couldn't dodge, plane burning. Lionel Queripel, standing at crossroads, fixed position. Germans coming. Robert Cain, moving, ambushing, hunting. Hunter lives longer than defender because hunter chooses when to strike, chooses position, chooses moment. Defender must stay, accept attack. Robert chose to hunt. Suicidal? Yes, but gave him control. And control equals slight edge, equals survival. Let's talk about how insane this was, because I don't think people understand. Tiger tank, 56 tons of armor, 100 millimeters frontal armor, 88 millimeters gun. Can kill from 2,000 meters. Crew of 5 inside armored shell, PIAT, 32 pounds. Shoulder fired 100 meters range, spring-loaded, 1 guy holding it. That's the fight. 1 Scottish guy with a spring-loaded pipe bomb against 56 tons of German engineering. And Robert won. 6 times. How? Get close. Stupidly close. 20 to 50 meters sometimes. Inside the Tiger's oh shit range, where crew can't depress gun low enough. Where they panic. Where PIAT might actually penetrate side armor. Risk. If Tiger sees you before you shoot, 88 millimeter shell. You're vaporized. Robert did this 6 times. And survived. That's not just skill, that's Scottish stubbornness. I'm shooting this tank. Tank's opinion doesn't matter. I keep saying Robert was Scottish. Why does it matter? Because Scots have a tradition of doing impossible things and then acting like it wasn't a big deal. Tommy McPherson bluffed 23,000 Germans to surrender. Scottish. Lorne Campbell used German prisoner as human shield. Scottish. James Stokes played bagpipes in no man's land for an hour. Scottish. Jock Campbell stood on tank under fire directing battle. Scottish. Robert Cain, this video, hunted tigers with a PIAT. Scottish. Pattern? Maybe. Or maybe Scotland just produces people who don't understand the word impossible. So what does Robert Cain's story teach? A few things. First, offense can be defense. Robert didn't hide from tanks, he hunted them. Hunting equals control. Control equals survival. Sometimes the best defense is attacking first. Second, tools don't have to be perfect. PIAT wasn't designed to kill tigers. It was designed for lighter armor. Robert used it on tigers anyway. Because perfect tool isn't available? Use what you have. Make it work. Third, pain doesn't mean stop. Clothes on fire, ears burst, shot multiple times. Robert kept going. Not because he didn't feel pain, because mission mattered more than pain. That's not superhuman. That's priority. Fourth, sometimes you have to get close. Tiger killed from 2,000 meters. PIAT worked at 100 meters. Robert couldn't change the weapon, so he changed the distance. Got close. Dangerously close. Risked everything to make his weapon work. Sometimes that's what it takes. Last few days, we've told 3 Arnhem stories. David Lord, RAF pilot, burning plane, died saving. Lionel Queripel, Army captain, pistol crossroads, died saving. Robert Cain, Army major, PIAT tank hunter, lived saving. 3 heroes, 1 week, 1 battle. All 3 chose mission over life. David kept flying burning plane. Lionel stayed at crossroads. Robert hunted tanks. All 3 saved others. David, paratroopers got supplies. Lionel, company escaped. Robert, tanks destroyed, men survived. All 3 Victoria Cross. Different outcomes. David died. Lionel died. Robert lived. Same courage, and yeah, Robert was Scottish. Does it matter? I think so. Not because Scots are genetically braver, but because there's a culture of not backing down, of doing the impossible thing because someone has to. And if not you, then who? Robert Cain saw tigers most soldiers hide. Robert: I'll shoot them. Officers: with what? Robert: PIAT. Officers: that won't work. Robert: watch me. That's Scottish energy. It won't work. I'll make it work. 6 tanks later. Told you. September 1944. Arnhem. 3 heroes that week. We've told all 3 stories now. David Lord died in the sky. Lionel Queripel died on the ground. Robert Cain fought on the ground, lived, same battle, same sacrifice, different endings, but all 3 proved courage isn't about surviving, it's about fighting when the odds say don't. David fought a burning plane. Lionel fought with a pistol against a battalion. Robert fought with a PIAT against tigers. All 3 shouldn't have worked. All 3 did, because sometimes math is wrong, odds are wrong, experts are wrong, and one Scottish guy with a PIAT can kill 6 tigers. If this story inspired you, hit that like button. Subscribe. Every day we rescue forgotten heroes. Drop a comment. Robert Cain, David Lord, or Lionel Queripel. Which Arnhem hero's story affected you most? Thanks for watching. Thanks for remembering. Thanks for learning about the 3rd hero of Arnhem, the one who hunted tigers with a weapon designed for jeeps. Robert Henry Cain, Scottish. Victoria Cross, 1944. Some heroes die saving others. Some heroes live saving others. Robert Cain did the second, by hunting the things that were hunting his men, with a PIAT against tigers for 6 days. That's not just courage, that's Scottish.